Record numbers of ballots already cast in the 2020 general election, but as Fox 6's Bill Miston explains, officials are keeping a watchful eye out for voter intimidation.
Voter intimidation on the minds of state and local law enforcement, but say that there's no real reason to believe that there's any threat to casting your vote at the ballot box on Election Day. And a group that tracks global conflict across the world would agree, despite it listing Wisconsin as a state being at high risk of militia activity on Election Day.
Open up! Open up!
From pandemic restriction protests
No justice! No peace!
to those calling for social justice, added with increased militia activity, including a recently foiled plot to kidnap Michigan's governor. A group that tracks political violence across the globe says states, like Wisconsin, are at high risk this election year.
So all these factors really pushed Wisconsin to make the list, and these are indicators that we see as pointing to how militia activity might be increasing.
Rutabe Kishi is a researcher with the Armed Conflict Location and Event Data, ACLED. It, along with the group Militia Watch, authoring a report last week listing 5 states, including Wisconsin, at highest risk of increased militia activity before, during, and after Election Day. Kishi says the report isn't intended to alarm or deter people from voting, but to arm voters with knowledge.
It's really about people being informed and not into playing into the hand of feeding into this intimidation.
I love Green Bay.
The perennial swing state playing host to the presidential candidates Friday ahead of Tuesday's election. More than 1.7 million ballots already cast, more than half the number tallied in 2016. The president has encouraged a fascist extremist group to stand back and stand by, later trying to walk back those comments, called for an army of poll watchers, and has refused to commit to a peaceful transfer of power if he loses, drawing rebuke from both parties on Capitol Hill.
This is a heated campaign, and making sure that people are able to cast their ballots without any interference and without fear of intimidation is a fundamental part of our democratic system.
Wisconsin Attorney General Josh Kaul emphasizing early voting has gone smoothly and there's no indication of a threat from militias come Election Day, and that people who wish to observe Wisconsin's transparent elections can do so, but that instances of election interference or voter intimidation will not be tolerated.
I'm confident that voters in Wisconsin will be able to vote safely, but we are also preparing because, this is a tense environment that we've been in over the last many months.
And a tense environment that doesn't appear to be going away anytime soon. In Milwaukee, Bill Miston, Fox 6 News.